Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Mind Your Business. I'm Jennifer Anderson, host of the show. I'm also the executive director of the Georgina Chamber of Commerce, and thrilled to have you joining us today because we're talking about Shop Local. Now, this is a conversation that we've had on so many of our Mind Your Business shows because it really is about business in our community, supporting local, being part of the business community in Georgina. However, this show's a little bit different. We're launching a Shop Local campaign within the Georgina Chamber of Commerce. And so today it's all about the businesses and the faces behind that Shop Local campaign. I'm very excited about this campaign, as you can well imagine, and equally excited, I believe, is one of my colleagues at the Chamber. Amanda Stewart is joining us. She is the Membership and Events Coordinator for the Georgina Chamber of Commerce. Amanda, thank you for being here today.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Is it safe to say that you are just as excited? Because I know we've been working hours and hours on this campaign.
Yes, absolutely. I am happier than ever to be one of the first to be supporting and wearing our new shirts. You know, here on Zoom, you can't really see all of it, but hey, yes, I am happy to be wearing one of the first off the line shirts here in Georgina. So I'm, super pumped to say the least.
So a couple of weeks back, as you know, and for the folks at home, we went to the town of Georgina and asked the mayor and members of council to proclaim June 11th as the official Shop Local Georgina Day, which they did. And so we're very excited that that is coming up. June 11th kicks off, but maybe you can let everybody know why June 11th.
Well, for those that don't know, June 11th is actually the Chamber of Commerce official birthday. We are 45 years young this year. So as you said, June 11th is now Shop Local Day, not just this year, but forever to come. So we are super pumped to not only be able to launch our own stuff to sell and support and wear, but to support the local business community. That's part of our mandate, and we're super happy to do so.
Yeah, and I think it's important for people to know that, you know, this isn't something new. All of a sudden, 45 years later, this isn't a new campaign. I think that Shop Local is one of those buzzwords, but we want to put some clout behind that buzzword. We want to really add some substance, and the way we're doing it is kicking off this campaign. So there's two things we're doing. One you mentioned was your shirt. My shirt as well. Super excited that we're able to represent, and we hope that folks will also want to represent and support our local businesses with our swag.
Yes, absolutely. So we have a website, brand new website that we have launched, www.shoplocalgeorgina.ca. That is essentially kind of the landing page, or the page to show what we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks and months, essentially. So we have our e-commerce and our swag is there. So t-shirts, hoodies, lawn signs, magnets, window clings, and many more things to come. So it will launch officially Thursday. That said, we had a very successful pre-order day on Monday for our members. Our members received 10% off on Monday. So by the time this airs, I hope people will be able to see the lawn signs, the window clings, the shop stickers and posters and all that wonderful stuff. And then, of course, there's Shop Local initiatives on the website as well. So if people are looking for who's open and how they are, like what policies and practices businesses are abiding by, they can certainly go to the website and find that information, as well as, lots more to come. I don't necessarily want to give away everything right now, but there's definitely phases that are coming to the website. First phase is, of course, the swag and what's happening in our businesses in Georgina.
Very good. All right, hold the line. I'm going to get you to stick around and talk to you a little later in the show, but I want to start to introduce some of the faces behind Shop Local. Ben Moratti is with Staples in Keswick. You may have seen him in his red shirt at the Staples in the Zares Plaza on Woodbine. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I think it's important, all of the guests that we have lined up are different industries, different backgrounds. And so certainly, we have a larger store, retail store in Georgina. Tell me a little bit about the Keswick Staples.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you just brought up the fact that there's a bunch of different businesses here. And one of the things is we're here to help every business, right? Our business is your business. And I love the fact that you bring up Shop Local because we're all intertwined, even if we're a bigger retail center, but our success is based off of your success. So inherently, it is our responsibility to make sure we're helping out and supporting our community. And we are a part of our community, right? Within our business here too, one of the things that we're really trying to spearhead is small business headquarters. And that's to support all the businesses reopening or about to reopen. And we really want to be there to support with whatever needs they may have, whether it's floor decals, plexiglass, any kind of signage, anything that they would need. We want to be a resource to our community and help them open up their business as easily and as smoothly as possible.
Now, you mentioned that, the small business headquarters. I'm guessing you've seen a lot of small businesses change over the last 2 or 3 months. They've gone from a small business to literally maybe a couch business where their office now becomes their home couch. And so the needs change, but, the basic supplies that you are providing are probably pretty similar.
Absolutely. It's, it's been a real blessing, and we've been really happy in helping the community, and it's really rewarding seeing somebody come in and they've been really gracious in the community and thanking us for the fact that they are able to work from home. We've set up a lot of home offices in the meantime and help those businesses that had to transfer to their couches. And, I do need signage, I do need a website, and we really wanted to mitigate all those factors that occurred, right? And try to help them be successful in this time, because it was trying. And we wanted to sort of be the person in the community that you could reach to come up with a solution, right? A partner in the community.
Well, and you really have kind of changed the dynamic over those 3 months as well, going from, being open, being closed, to offering curbside pickup, to now being open again. So you've really kind of, I know the word is pivot. It's another buzzword, but you really have pivoted your business for the needs of the community.
Yeah, and it really helped out having that infrastructure in place. So I know we transitioned to curbside, but you could always order online and come in and grab your order. So right when we closed down to the public for foot traffic and we went strictly curbside, our infrastructure was there so that we could offer 2-hour service. So within 2 hours of ordering, you could come pick up your order. And I know that really helped a lot of people out. Again, people were very gracious in letting us know that they didn't have to wait a couple days to get their orders. And, business doesn't stop, right? So if you need to do something today, whether it's ink, paper, or even at times people would come in webcams, headsets, just to even have a Zoom meeting like this, right? We had to help them transition. So the last 3 months, absolutely, our business changed, but it was overnight, and it felt very smooth. Everything has a little bit of hiccups, but we were able to transition and pivot to curbside.
Love it. Thank you, Ben, for being here with us. I also want to bring Erin Sorrenzia into the conversation. She's the manager of Neighborhood Network, not a storefront, but very familiar with community. Welcome, Erin.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Just briefly, tell everybody what Neighborhood Network is.
So Neighborhood Network, we have the amazing job and role in the community to really serve the community. We're a volunteer matching database. We work with almost 15,000 volunteers across York Region and 500 local charities, nonprofits, and community group. And we work to bring the two together and also meet community needs as they are emerging. So as a community agency, social services agency, it's been a very interesting time for us, again, using that buzzword of pivot of how we can shift our focus and still provide that very urgent and real need to the community, but in a safe and responsible way.
Right. And I'm really glad you're here because you need to be a part of the conversation in terms of not necessarily shopping local, but understanding your mandate and your mission really fits that shop local vision of being supportive and helping your neighbors.
Well, thank you, Jen. And I think kudos to you and the Chamber team, first of all, because not many people realize that the Chamber of Commerce actually is a not-for-profit organization, even though you're working with businesses. And you guys have done such an amazing job in really highlighting this need and this emphasis on shop local. I think the focus on community and the engagement of our community in helping others has been one of the most positive things that we at Neighborhood Network have seen as a shining light in all of this of COVID. And I do think there are ways that you can use great businesses within Georgina to help meet community needs. So for example, when you're making a donation to the Georgina Food Pantry, and we know at the start of the COVID-19 crisis, the Georgina community responded just incredibly with raising almost $100,000 for the food pantry. But when you're going shopping and you're going into a store and you're purchasing items to donate to a charity like the food pantry, you're meeting two needs. You're supporting a business and you're supporting a community and charities. So really think about when you're doing your shopping, is there a way that you can engage with businesses that might be struggling right now? Local restaurants, as an example, and buying gift cards that might then go to the food pantry or go to agencies like Sandgate or Chats or Roots, and use those local businesses as your tools and your allies when you're facilitating your giving to really great community organizations here in Georgina.
Amazing. Thank you, Erin. And just to put in a plug, your website has that directory of not-for-profit organizations across 5 municipalities. It has information about different organizations that you can help to support, correct?
Correct. Thank you for that, Jen. And we also now have a COVID-specific link, which is on the screen. Thank you, Rogers TV Georgina, for that. And you can actually go in and see, this is updated daily, what the most urgently needed donation requests are. Sometimes it's a monetary donation, and maybe you're a business that's in a position, you've done really well and you're in a position to give right now. And other times it's really donations in kind. It's food, it's clothing, it's resources. We just heard from Staples. So, school resources for kids who are now at home and who might be from lower income families and don't necessarily have all those great resources that they would get in school. So lots of things on the website. Again, it's updated daily. So always really accurate information.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Going to bring in Rachel to the conversation. Rachel is from South Simcoe Custom Cabinets. Wanted to make sure I got that right. Rachel, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
All right, so I think it's pretty self-explanatory what South Simcoe Custom Cabinets is, but please tell us.
Of course. So we're a local-based company. We don't necessarily have a storefront like most of you do, but we are a husband and wife team. I'm an interior designer. My husband's a cabinet maker and has been for approximately 15 years. And we're just out, we're a trade, so it's a bit different. But yeah, we're just, we do kitchens, bathrooms, millwork, that sort of thing.
Perfect. I spent a little bit of time perusing your website the other day, and as I'm going through it, I'm, picturing all the different restructuring and remodeling, and everybody's doing their cleaning and updating right now. So it was a perfect place to envision what we could do and what we could change in our home. And you have that vision as an interior designer.
Absolutely. We can transform spaces to from shabby to chic real quick with the extreme talent of my husband and myself, for sure.
Perfect. So this has to have been a very interesting time for your business. And how have you had to kind of rework what you're doing? Because, you know, you're not necessarily able to go into a home or business to help them redesign right now.
It got pretty scary at the beginning because you were uncertain of how long this was actually going to take to hopefully go away. But luckily, we had a couple jobs on the go that were new builds that we were able to still install because there was no other trades in that property. And then once that job was complete, it was actually amazing that we had clients reach out to us and over email, they were able to snap pictures of measurements to send to us to build cabinetry for their laundry room. So it was. We were so humbly, you know, that somebody would reach out to us and want us to still build in these uncertain times.
Well, that's an important point, because when you come back to the whole Shop Local initiative, you know, it's not so much, maybe it's not so much humble, it's really a community building one another up and supporting each other during a difficult time like this pandemic has been for so many businesses.
Yeah, so it was really great. So when they sent us all this information and we were able to still create a job and have it ready for when the restrictions lifted for the construction, and then we were able to install it at that point. So, you know, it really helped us out. It kept us going. There was, it was just amazing that people would reach out to us knowing that we are a new small business in Georgina and are, you know, trusted our work ethic and everything like that. So it was great.
Very good. Thank you. And I love that, you know, you mentioned off the top, you don't have a storefront, but equally as important in Shop Local is just knowing that the businesses that exist in our community. And so a home-based business is still, you know, absolutely a place that we need to make sure that people are aware of so they can pick up the phone and call those home-based businesses.
Exactly. And we found that, I think because people have had 2 months at home and they're looking at the interior and they know that the traveling isn't in the cards in the next little bit and that sort of thing. So once the restrictions started to lift, all of a sudden we're starting to get that much more busier because people are interested in having, you know, home renovations and that sort of thing done. So we have to get pretty creative in how we're going to make the sale and how we're going to, you know, present these projects to our clients. We have to be very savvy.
Right.
So far, it's been going really well, and we'll just have to see what the future holds for home-based businesses, for sure.
Thank you, Rachel, for being here with us.
Thank you.
Introduce Jason Coulterman now. He is with St. John Ambulance. Hi, Jason. Get in here, Jason. I want to talk to you.
Sorry about that. Hi.
Tell me, you know, most people are familiar with St. John Ambulance, but tell me a little bit about what you've been doing within your organization over the last few weeks and months.
So our focus really had to change. We're unable to run our classes at this time. So we tried to shift some of our training to online, and we created some new online training that's available there. And we've been doing some product delivery. So businesses that are still operating still need supplies. We're able to get those out to them. And as businesses are reopening, they're looking for those PPE supplies. So we do have a stock of those that we're getting out as well. And then who's been really busy is our volunteers. One of the foundations of St. John Ambulance is to help the local community. And our volunteers have been out supporting the community in a variety of different ways.
Now that, you know, you mentioned going online for a lot of those courses. Does that shift your mindset into the future? Because I know a lot of people and a lot of businesses, as they start to do something different over the last few weeks, they're finding that maybe it works for some of their programs. So will that continue in the future, or are you just really excited to have face-to-face again?
There's definitely going to be more of a focus with our online training, but unfortunately not everything can be done online. We cannot do a skills assessment through online training. So we still need that in class to be able to issue a first aid certificate. But for instance, our mental health first aid I think that's something you'll see continue in an online basis, where we've just launched that online at the national level recently.
And folks can head to your website for all of this. I know I was on the St. John Ambulance website. There's lots of information and lots of resources to connect people to all of those programs and initiatives.
Yes, for sure. sja.ca, and that can connect you with any of the services that you would need, whether it's our volunteers or our training or our products.
Amazing. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Judy is next. We're going to talk to Judy Weiser. I'm excited to have you here again, a different industry as an artist. Tell me a little bit about what you do, Judy. Hang on one second, Judy. We're going to get your mic in here. Can you just, I'm going to get you to unmic if you can, just in that corner so we can hear you. It's that brief pause. I'm going to talk while Judy is.
How's that?
Muting.
Is that good?
We didn't have to talk for too long. Tell me about what you do, Judy.
Okay, well, I have a whole gallery of gifts, artwork, and photography of this lovely town of Georgina. I do a lot of sunset photography, and I do beach bags and coffee mugs and wall plaques, you name it. I can put pictures of Georgina on. I also do that for your own photographs as well. So it's not just limited to just this town, although I love to promote this town. Right. But and like I say, I also have artwork sales. I teach art classes. That's been a little, it was a little difficult when the whole COVID thing started. So what I did was I had uploaded a YouTube channel, and I was actually teaching art free. So, and I was gearing that towards more or less the school age kids, giving them something to do for the curriculum. So, if you need anything, photographs done or any pieces of artwork or any art classes, yeah. And my business, again, it's not a storefront either. I've done it from home for a few years now, and everything's done online. So, nothing's really changed that way.
No, and you can certainly, in this time, you can go out and take pictures, you can do those things. It's just, maybe the classes and some of those customers who are coming in are maybe, in a different mindset right now, but certainly it sounds like you've been able to kind of transition your business and be able to provide those online classes.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you for being here.
All righty. Thank you, Jennifer.
All right. And we are heading to the corner of Glenwoods and the Queensway to Auntie M's Closet. Mona is joining us. Hi, Mona.
Hi, good morning.
Now, tell us a little bit about Auntie M's. It is absolutely a hidden treasure in this community.
It is. Not to brag or anything like that, but I love my store. So Auntie M's is a off-retail store. So if you think of all the TJ Maxx banner of stores, I'm just a small version of that. So I took this similar business model. I bring in inventory in large quantities, not necessarily multiples of something. So it's like treasure hunting. So it's like, I don't like to use the names of the other stores, but I think you understand what kind of shop I have. So I sell everything from ladies wear, men's wear, children's wear. On occasion, I get bedding, housewares. So it's a little bit of everything in my store.
Well, and I think treasure hunt is the perfect description for it, because as you go into the store, you're getting inventory all the time. So you're right, there's only a couple of sizes or maybe one of a certain shirt. So you have to get in there and get in there often. I know you were closed for a little while because of the pandemic. Now you've created a very unique shopping experience. Tell us about it.
So yes, I did have to close because of provincial mandates. And while I was closed, I did conduct virtual shopping. So I would, walk around with my iPad, and especially when parents were looking for something for their kids, that was the number one request. But when we were given the green light, I was hesitant to just open my doors as business as normal. So what I've created is a appointment only shopping for two reasons. So one, it enables a person or a family to have the whole store to themselves so that they feel comfortable. There's enough social distancing. I keep my distance. I stay at one side of the store, they stay at the other side, but I can still engage with them so that they choose the right things. And the second was also that, God forbid, if anything was to happen, I have a way to trace to know who came into my store. I have names and contact information, just as a precautionary measure.
Right. But certainly, I love that unique experience of one-on-one. So, changing a negative into a positive is certainly an example of what you've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my clients continuously, compliment and comment that that's what they love most. And you talk about shopping local, and yes, I've only been 2.5 years, but when people come in, they know me, I know them. I know that so-and-so, her mom was in hospital. I get to check in on them, and it really is a community spirit. And when I go into a store, they're like, "Oh, I know you. I've seen you. You have a store, don't you?" So it's lovely to see the engagement with community members across all walks of life, basically.
Thank you. I love that. I love ending a conversation with you on that note, and I love that you're here with us. So thank you
for having me. Thank you.
Thanks to everybody. I'm bringing Amanda back in because, we just have about a minute left and really want to let people know what's happening. shoplocalgeorgina.ca it's online as of June 11th. Amanda.
Yes, and you will find, to kind of bring everybody together, online, shoplocalgeorgina.ca, you will find all of the businesses that we've spoken to today, as far as how to get a hold of them, where they are, how they are operating, all that wonderful stuff. shoplocalgeorgina.ca. You will find all that information, as well as all our swag.
Perfect. And it's, we really are very proud of this campaign because of what it is doing to bring the community together.
Yes, absolutely. Not just the businesses, but the residents. Now more than ever, we need to promote what is happening here in our own backyard, the whole staycation type of summer. And, it's a great time to get out and explore. Pack a lunch. Don't pack a lunch, but get in your car and, stay here. Take that trip to Pefferlaw. It's not that far.
and on that note,
come visit me.
Goodbye today. Thank you so much to all of our guests who have been on Mind Your Business today. Really appreciate the idea of showing a face to Shop Local and bringing about the reasons why you should be doing it. On behalf of everyone here, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.